Hi you guys, it's Vicky and I'm here to share a RAK. I actually got this weeks ago. It's probably been 3 to 5 weeks, maybe longer. I am so bad on time measurement. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I haven't been over there for a couple of weeks, and then whoever I'm talking to is like, you haven't been there in 2 months, and I'm like, really? So time just gets away from me, and since I seldom work outside the home anymore, it's really bad. Time, it just flies. So first of all, I want to apologize, especially to Laura, for not doing a video and sharing this sooner. I know she will say, I don't care, you don't have to share it, but I don't know. I think it's a double-edged sword. I think it's nice to do a video when somebody sends you a RAK. It's not, I feel like it's more important that I do a video if you sent me a RAK, but if I sent you a RAK, I don't need a video. Is that double standards? I don't know. You know, sometimes it is nice to see the RAK that you sent to somebody. And here's why I say that about myself. I forget what I sent. But I forget my own name. So that's just me. I know to some people it's important. I do feel like even if I send the person a private message, thank you, or I say it on one of their comment boxes, or even if I call them, I think another thank you on a video is just a nice extra. If I have sent you a RAK, don't feel like you need to share it. Double standards. I have them all the time. Anyway, this comes from my longtime friend who is Laura Luvs Lace on YouTube. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. I told her not to send anything. Only because right now, Laura, and I wouldn't say this if she didn't share this on her own channel, but she's not working right now. You know, she's battling chronic pain. With my chronic pain, I never know when the ball is gonna drop and I won't be able to work anymore. Like 6 or 7 years ago, my doctor said, you need to go on disability. And I was like, oh, honey, I can't live on disability. That won't even buy my perfume every month. And I'm blessed because most of the time I can regulate my hours. But I'm going to tell you something. If I had to quit work tomorrow and rely on just disability as my income, oh man, that would be rough. It's just so difficult to go from 2 incomes in a house to 1 income. Who can make it these days on 1 income? And boy, that brings up a touchy subject with me. Many years ago, I read this article in the paper about, it was kind of a negative thing against working moms and how they should be in the home raising their kids. Well, I wrote a letter to the editor and they ended up publishing it. This was probably 15, 16 years ago. My stepson was living with us. My son, of course, lived with us. And I had 2 teenage boys. And I know people say, let me move you over here. You can look at something different while I ramble. I know people say, oh, a baby needs its mother when it's first born so they can have that bonding time. Now, my son's 31 years old now. And I'm going to tell you, this is my thoughts. This is what I believe. I don't know one time period that my son didn't need me at home. You know, when he was a baby, of course he needed me. When he was 7 and came home from school with a big story to tell, and I wasn't there because I was working, he told me that night, "I wish you would have been here earlier," when the boys were teenagers. I mean, I was blessed that I had met and married my current husband. He had second shift, and the boys would only be home for maybe an hour to 2 hours by themselves. But let me tell you something. Do you know how much trouble a 13 and 14-year-old boy can get into in 2 hours? Oh, they shot one of the girls in the neighborhood in the leg with a BB. Let's see, they shot fireworks like bottle rockets out of their bedroom windows one time, and they did that because they was grounded to their bedrooms. Listen, when doesn't your child need you at home? However, how can you stay home when you've got a mortgage payment, when shoes for those kids cost $30, $50, $80, $100? How do you do it? How do you stay home when maybe your husband doesn't have insurance, but your company offers it? I don't know. I don't feel that I was that woman, that mother, out working to fulfill myself or my needs. I was working because we needed the money. Now, this is nothing against women who love their career and they are motivated and they're climbing to the top. Gosh, I love women. I think they're amazing creatures. And the way I see it, I remember when I was a kid, not many mothers worked outside the home. Mine did. She was a single mom. She had to work. Back then, you did not see many women in like a supervisor role or management position. You didn't see many women running huge corporations. And in some of my little conversations and debates over this topic through the years, because I've always been kind of opinionated about this, I've said, here's what I see. There came a time where women decided to work outside the home, sometimes because they wanted to, sometimes because they had to. But women walked out that door and they were waitresses or secretaries, and by gosh, within a few years, those women owned the restaurants, the places that they worked at. Within a few years, women were CEOs and bosses of Fortune 500 companies. So I feel like society, times, sent women out to work, and within less than a decade, they were running the companies and they were owning them. Do you think that that's what society thought would happen? I don't know. But I think that women, not every one of them, but the majority, I think when we have a job to do, we're going to do it well. I think that's what happened, many years ago in the late 40s and 50s when, you could see a huge flux or flow of women leaving the home to work. And I know that women have always worked, during times of war. My grandmother worked at the train depot. She would help to check soldiers in and out as they returned from war, and she would run the little cafeteria where people would come and eat and so forth. And So that was my grandma. That was many, many years ago. So I know that women have always worked, but I just think through my eyes, here's what I noticed. It seemed maybe in the 50s and 60s is when there was a flow of women beginning to work outside the home. Anyway, here's my point. How in the world did I get on that over a rack? Here's my thing is Laura was a very successful woman, and I know now she's battling this chronic pain issue, and I just didn't want her to spend a dime on me. I didn't want her to do that, and she did anyway, so I love you, but you're in trouble, Laura. But thank you, and let me share what her sent me. I have to put it out like this because she sent so much. I have more little wood veneers. Now, can you believe it? There's actually things in here I do not have. The airplane, the little animals. I've got a lot of wood veneers, but I did not have them. This little rooster, so cute. There's a whole bunch of letters like this, but I just put them out there because I need all the room I can get. Dominoes, some little chipboards, these little cameos. I love them, and I wished I would have thought about using them on that recent girly layout that I just did for Danielle Brown's challenge. I love these little sparkly things. Here's a whole bag of charms. Can you see them? Yeah. Beads. And I need to learn how to use these things more often and better. And she made me, this is a tic-tac box. Look at this. That was a tic-tac box. Laura does everything. Like, she will tell you her favorite thing to do is a layout. But she also, I swear she can alter a light bulb. And she's very detail oriented. I'm not. But I have learned so much about paying attention to detail from watching Laura create. Please go over and check out her channel. She's on the design team for Diamond Dies, and you, no matter what you're into, she does cards, she does coloring, she does layouts, she does altered items. She sent me some ribbon. I love that brown and white. I love chocolate and pink together. And I guess now that I am going to search for a daughter-in-law for my son, far and wide, I am finding him a wife if it kills me. And it probably will, because he'll kill me when he finds out I say that on the internet. Listen, I just kind of put these papers out like this to share, because once again, I'm going to have to stop and fill this table up again with goodies. I know, right? Sent way too much, Laura. I could choke her. But, like, what would I do? If she was here, like, I would have to choke her and then give her a hug and kiss, or would I give her the hug and kiss and then choke her? I don't know. She's in trouble, but I love her. Look at all these ribbons. And these are really, I really like this. It's a envelope. I've never seen that at Michael's. Anyway, let me clear off this table and come back and show you the next bundle of goodies. Laura, thank you so much. Here is round 2. She sent me some chipboard. And I really like the look of chipboard. Like when you cut out paper and adhere it to the chipboard and like rough up the edges to stress them. I love that look, and I just need to make myself do it. Now, I can't lie, when she was sharing this bling, I was like a little bit envious. Laura, I know you didn't get much of this, so thank you for sharing it with me. Look at that. Is that so neat? And I wanted to tell you, shoot, now where did in that little Tic Tac box, she had these, a bunch of stick pins for me, which I love, and I need that daughter-in-law, because I need a granddaughter. I need to use pink. It's starting to bother me a little bit. Now, look at this stack of stickers and alphabets. I'll go through one at a time. I'll try to go quick before my battery runs out. Oh, Laura, you silly thing. And she knows I do mostly boy stuff, so I remember these little stickers. They used to have them at our local scrapbook store, and it was called Stickers by the Yard or something. I loved them. This is so cute, the little wagon. She sent me some word stickers. Very boy. Rub-ons. Now, you know, I like rub-ons. And you can always use black. Here's some heart rub-ons. But I would not say that these are like for Valentine's Day only. Big letters. I was really in a big letter kick maybe a year or so ago, and it looks really good on your layouts to use oversized letters sometimes. So that's what this reminded me of. I really liked those layouts that I did using the oversized alphabets. Here's some family stickers with phrases. That's Heidi Grace. I remember these. And it's for the outdoors. My husband took Nate fishing last summer, and we got some great pictures of that, and that's what I'm thinking that'll be great for. Laura, I do have this stamp set. I probably know the answer, but would it be okay if I kind of paid this forward? Because it's a nice set. I love this. Now, I'll tell you something. This is one of my favorite My Mind's Eye stacks. Let me share it. I love the blue and yellow. Yellow, Danny. I have yellow. And I had forgotten about this, or I could have used it on Danielle's challenge. I didn't think I had much yellow, and I didn't have it. Laura sent me yellow. Look, I love this. You can't find much navy blue, so that's My Mind's Eye. It's the Moments stack. Love it. Some more rub-ons. I love these. I've had these before, but you know, you can always use letters. Heidi Grace. Heidi Grace. Oh, Heidi Swap. Is it Heidi Swap? Yes, it is Heidi Swap. For stickers. This cute little embellishments, but I'm thinking of a word for them. Anyway, they are white, so I could use my mist to color them. And I don't think these are too girly. I definitely could use that on a boy layout. That's pink paisley. I actually have not one, but two packages of these exact flowers. I may share it with someone, and I may not. Here's some neat craft paper stickers. Alphabet stickers. I actually have these stickers too. I bought them to do some of Nate's baby albums. So listen, I'll be keeping these because, you know, once again, you can really never have too many alphabets. And I love when I use like my alphabet stickers, but I know that I have more than enough to complete a project. And these are really nice. They're a very chipboard. Well, very chipboard. They are chipboard letters. I love all of the basic gray chipboards. I don't think they do these anymore. But these are nice flourishes. Again, I would not feel funny using them on a boy's layout. Thank you, Laura. And I really appreciate it, you sharing your goodies with me, because I know that you have boys too, so it's not like you can't use this. And some foil flourishes. Say that 10 times. And they're embossed, so they really have a texture to them. Now, here is my favorite thing. It's a paper bag card. I do not know how to make these. I wouldn't even try, but this is adorable. I love seeing cards in person. It is so dimensional. I mean, Laura, how long does it take you to do something like this? Look at the perfect bow. See, I just don't think, I probably wouldn't think to put the trim up here. And the little water pitcher. Look at this. So cool. And it had goodies inside, but you know I already pulled them out. I love this. Laura, thank you so much. Again, the detail's amazing. And look at, see again, this is something I wouldn't think of, is putting the lace behind this. It's all in the details, isn't it? Thank you for the goodies, but most of all, thank you for your years of friendship. I wish you would not have done this, but I'm glad you did. Hey, you guys, let me get this uploaded. Hopefully, I will be back today to share some layouts and some other racks and or well, no, they're not racks. I actually well, yes, I wanted to show you what Tracy, who is Tracy Creates here, sent me. She sent me some awesome silhouette cuts. I want to share that. That was a rack I just received a couple of days ago. And I wanted to share the box that I got from another Tracy, who is giddy for scrapbooking here. I won her challenge and she put some extra goodies in for me. So I've actually been using some of those things. However, I've kept most of it separated so I could share with you what she sent to me, because there were some goodies in there and she didn't have to do that, but you know, just like I said before, I'm glad you did. Okay, sorry for my little conversation on women working. I hope nobody takes that the wrong way. I think we should do what we want to do. But I guess sometimes I just get a little aggravated at newspapers and the media who gripe about women working. Do you know how many women I know? Well, not so much anymore. Most of my friends, we're older now. Our kids are grown and we're working, you know, to pay bills still. But, you know, many of us back in the day when our kids were little, we didn't work because we wanted to. We worked because we had to. We had to help with the bills and, the price of food, the price of gas, the price of a home. We couldn't afford to stay at home. And, so that's sometimes it makes me mad when I hear different venues talking about women working to fulfill their needs and leaving their kids at home. Hey, buddy, maybe they don't have a choice, right? And for the women who do, they really cut corners and watch their budget and do without things so that they can be at home with their kids. I admire those women. Like I said, I admire women. I think we're special, magical creatures. Oh, there's some men that's kind of magical too. So I don't want to sound like I'm male bashing, but I also don't want it to sound like I don't honor a woman who is working or who is not. I just think it would be nice that no matter what we decide to do, we get to make our own choice on it. You know what I mean? Okay, enough of my little rant. Run for me for president next year, right? Or is it in 2 years? I better not run since I'm not sure when the election is. That's probably not a good sign. Okay, guys, I hope to come back and share some layouts and my goodies from Tracy and Tracy. And Laura, big kisses to you. Thank you again, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hope you're having a great day. Bye-bye.